Welcome to Mr. Gossip. I am Sarah, your ultimate destination for young and the restless drama. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Victor double-crosses Phyllis, destroys Arabesque, and ruins success story. Victor Newman, Eric Braden, recently gave Phyllis an amazing gift, but it could turn out to be a curse in the end. Phyllis was taken aback when Victor came to her and offered her a fixer-upper company. Although Phyllis was skeptical, she ultimately accepted Arabesque along with the chance to rebuild it to its former glory. Victor acted like he was impressed that Phyllis managed to gain the upper hand for a while. It was weird for Victor to commend Phyllis after all the takeover drama that created such a nightmare for the Newmans. Phyllis considered whether this might be a trap, but she chose to accept Arabesque anyway. That could be a mistake if Victor is just carrying out a long-game revenge strategy. Arabesque isn't worth much right now, since Victor decimated it using the AI program, but Phyllis and Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Tracy E. Bregman, hope to restore it to its former glory. Phyllis has big plans to make this her new empire, so Y&R fans know she'll work hard to pull it off. It may take a while for Phyllis to achieve everything she wants, but she seems poised to make Arabesque a huge success story once more. Will Victor wait until Phyllis has rebuilt Arabesque and turned it into something incredible before destroying it all over again? Victor might have some version of the AI program rigged to blow Arabesque up once the time is right. On the other hand, Victor might unleash some other attack down the road that destroys Arabesque instead. Even if Victor doesn't plan on double-crossing Phyllis now, he could change his mind once things inevitably head back into contentious territory. Whether Phyllis ruins Victor's Matt Clark, Roger Howarth plot, or does something else to rile Victor up. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Jack breaks in Dr. Markham's house to rescue Diane. That Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, will be willing to take drastic measures if it means saving Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, from the danger she's in. Jack knew his plan to trick Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduke, into thinking they could have a future would be risky, but he'll get a wake-up call about just how much of a gamble he's actually taking. That's because Patty will dish out some harsher threats once the week of June 22nd to 26th gets underway. Patty will want to remind Jack that Diane's safety depends on him fulfilling her demands, so she may get more forceful about getting that point across. One way or another. It looks like Jack will learn enough to realize Diane is at Dr. Lawrence Markham's, Jerry Burns' house, and not at a clinic with another doctor like Patty keeps insisting. Diane might even spill that news to Jack herself if she cracks the password-protected phone and gets word out to him. However, it's also possible Jack will uncover some other clues that point to Dr. Markham's home instead. Either way, Jack will divulge what he's learned to Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, and hope that maybe he can dupe Dr. Markham into leaving the premises. If Jack can get Diane alone, he'll stand a much better chance of breaking in and rescuing her. Billy will fear the consequences for both Jack and Diane if Dr. Markham catches on. Nevertheless, Jack may think this is his best option and refuse to let Diane remain stuck in captivity with Dr. Markham a moment longer. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, will eventually meet back up with Jack, so they can do some scheming. Jack will need Kyle's assistance with the next step, so his son will help him pull off a dangerous move that affects Patty. Perhaps Kyle will insist on speaking with Dr. Markham in person to determine if Patty is as rehabilitated as she claims to be. Kyle might act like he's willing to accept Jack and Patty's relationship if Patty can prove she's sane. If Kyle keeps Patty and Dr. Markham busy, that could open the door to Jack breaking in the doc's house for a dramatic Diane rescue. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Jack risks everything to rescue Diane from Patty's deadly grip. Spoilers reveal that Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduke, is working with Dr. Lawrence Markham, Jerry Burns, to keep Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, away from Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman. Jack has agreed to date Patty to save Diane. Patty has promised Jack that Diane will be safe as long as he does as she asks. Jack has tried to convince Patty to allow him to talk to Diane, but she has refused. Now Patty insists that Jack allow her to move into the Abbott mansion and kick everyone else out of the house. Jack has recently held a family meeting to inform everyone what is going on and how he plans to use Patty's feelings for him to work her. Everyone is worried that Patty is not going to fall for Jack's plans and will end up hurting him or causing Diane to be hurt or worse. Patty is not about to let Jack out of having a relationship with her, no matter what he believes. Patty is determined to get Jack back in her bed, and on his own free will this time. Jack believes that he can keep holding off on sleeping with Patty and making her believe that he wants to get to know her all over again. Of course, Jack knows that Patty's hatred for Diane is all because of him, because he used Patty years ago to get what he wanted and continued an affair with Diane at the same time. Patty lost her child because of this. Patty may insist that Jack sleep with her, or she will have Diane taken care of. Of course, Jack knows that Patty is capable of anything Jack may find himself forced to sleep with Patty to ensure Diane's safety, because Patty has already threatened Diane's safety. Diane would never approve of Jack sleeping with Patty, and he could lose her for good if this happens again. Diane has already left Jack, even though she knows Patty drugged him to get him into her bed.